guys Isaiah coming out of Fort Worth, Texas, representing Genesis Jiu-Jitsu. So let's pass it on to
Ladies and
Waylon.
gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Isaiah Jackson.
Well, that's the thing, right? Primarily you train for one thing, but ultimately any MMA fighter needs to be well-rounded, right? You want to go to the big dogs, you want to be in Bellator, you want to be in the UFC, you want to fight overseas. Eventually you're going to have to be well-rounded. So is it good to take a fight straight like this that is purely kickboxing and Muay Thai?
Yeah, you got to get experience in everything. You know, if you can take a jiu-jitsu match, take a jiu-jitsu match. Get those nerves in control. You know, get the feeling of doing just kickboxing. You know, be well versed. You know, you want to go out there and understand every single position of every single discipline that you practice. So in an MMA fight, I always encourage these guys, take different things, experience different disciplines, because you want to be able to feel that and focus on a certain thing once in a while. But you know, these guys, again, a lot of these guys are MMA fighters. Some of them are guys that are coming and trying out the kickboxing because they want to get the experience. And again, you got to get your nerves in check. And sometimes doing stuff like this helps that.
You know, at what point though, because I've talked about it before, boxing, MMA, your natural instinct can eventually be to shoot, right? So you have to work on going against that natural instinct. How much more complicated does it make a fight like this?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, fighting out of the red corner, Devin Lyons.
Good question. You know, like you said, you know, if you're getting hit and you're a wrestler, you're used to being able to shoot. But here, you got to work it out. You got to figure it out. You got to be able to move your feet, put your hands up, you know, throw back in order for your opponent to step back. And MMA is a lot different.
By the way, Devin came in, had to cut a significant amount of weight this week.
Yeah.
He still was 2 pounds over when all was said and done. Look, even as an amateur, if you really want to go to the big boys at some point, discipline is key, Emmanuel.
Absolutely. You know, in any of these sports, whether it's wrestling, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, you got to find that discipline within the discipline. So you got to come in here, and like you said, every guy is nervous. And even though they don't look nervous, every guy is nervous, and you got to be able to control that.
Well, and it's not that he had it really difficult in terms of having to travel and worry. Not to mention Killer Bees is representing Anderson Silva. So there's so much more on the line for somebody in his position than there is for maybe, quote unquote, the average fighter trying to make it.
Absolutely. You know, Anderson Silva giving the promotion a signed autographed picture to be able to auction off for Cancer Sucks. And that's what I like about Husky Fats, is they're always giving back to the community. They're always looking to donate 100% of the proceeds to a organization.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues here at the Criterion in Bricktown, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This bout is proudly sponsored by Elliott Roofing and Construction and the Oklahoman Army National Guard. This amateur kickboxing contest takes place in the 185-pound division and is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Fighting out of the blue corner from Haslett, Texas, representing Genesis Jiu-Jitsu, bringing an amateur record, a perfect one, 6 wins with no defeats. All wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome Isaiah Jackson. And his opponent, fighting out of the GAF ABC Supply red corner, making his Husky Fat debut. He has an amateur record of 6 wins with 1 defeat. Out of Wilson, Oklahoma, representing Killer Bees Kickboxing Ardmore, please welcome Devin Dandy Lyons.
Certainly very popular, but to quote Mayweather, the fans can't win the fight for you. Isaiah Jackson was at the last fight that you and I were a part of. We know he's showing up in shape. Absolutely. 2 pounds over. What does that say about the overall training going into this thing for Devin Lyons?
Well, you know, when someone comes over, you always have that thought of, did you train hard enough? Did you take this serious enough? And, you know, again, the fact that Jackson still took this fight. Says a lot about him and how confident he is. But these guys, again, 6-1 versus 6-0, should be a good fight. They have some experience under their belt, so you should see some more technical fighting here.
Hard shots. Neither man backing down. I will say, though, Devin does look impressive when he throws that left straight.
Yeah, he just has to breathe. He has to relax a little bit. I think he's a little tense. Nice.
Inside shot. Nice, though. Jackson countering, willing to go to the body. And right now, he is leaving marks all over Devin Lyons. That left leg is right now proven to be very deadly early on for Isaiah Jackson.
You see the redness already building up. Oh,
nice combination shot right there from Isaiah Jackson. Taking his time, minding his shots, very calculated in everything he throws, Emmanuel.
Yeah, Devin Lyon, has to put a little more pressure and has to be able to throw a little more, because if not, you do not want to let Jackson stay out there and go technique for technique, because his kicks are nasty.
Mind you, Isaiah Jackson actually moved up a little bit to take this fight. Used to fighting at a lower weight class. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a punching disparity there with power. It doesn't seem to be affecting Isaiah at this point at all.
Not at all. His defense is on point. I love his focus and the way he's watching Devin throw Devin throw his punches and kicks, and Jackson is blocking them and catching them.
10 seconds remaining in round number 1. And it appears to me that Isaiah Jackson is in clear control, and he ends this round on an extreme high note, throwing a couple of good shots. A little too late there for Devin, who just looks very timid right now to me, Emmanuel.
Man, Jackson just looks very impressive. The way he's putting together the punches and kicks is very impressive. Jackson always comes out here. He always comes out here and gives 100%. I love the energy of these ring guys here.
The crowd definitely loves it.
You gotta love it.
What are you telling Devin right now if you're in his corner, Emmanuel?
You gotta throw more volume. You gotta throw more combos, more punches and bunches, and finishing with the kicks. You can't go and stand right in front of Jackson and let him throw. You gotta be able to earn your respect by landing something.
Well, and you probably know Eddie better than anybody. I'm sure he shares your sentiment. But right now, if you're in Isaiah's corner, what are you telling him?
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving side to side. Keep going those leg kicks and keep finishing those combos with the kicks. So not too much to change for Jackson here.
Round number 2 officially underway. I think it's pretty much unanimous that Isaiah definitely took round number 1. Devin looking a little bit more relaxed, showing some evasion right there. Comes in with a nice little combo, but man, Isaiah just seems so locked in, Emmanuel.
He's quick too. I think he has the speed advantage here, so that's why Devin has to throw those punches and bunches as he did right there and earn that respect. Oh, low blow there. I think Jackson knew it immediately, so we watch it here on the replay.
See if we can catch it from that different angle. Even though we got the best seat in the house, sometimes it's easy to miss.
Absolutely. Right there. Yep.
Yeah, he caught him, definitely.
So, it was low.
Sometimes a reset like that can be very good for a fighter. Obviously didn't pan out for Tony Ferguson, like we saw not so long ago. But in this instance, you got a little time to relax. What would be going through your mind right now if you were Devin Lyons?
Well, I'd rather not get hit in the groin.
He is wilting.
He is. Those body shots from Jackson are landing, as you see. And that's what I'm saying. You can't let Jackson just fire off. You got to be able to land something and counter immediately and earn your respect, because if not, Jackson, he smells blood and he'll go out there and finish his fight.
Again, very calculated. Saw that he would have been open. He's shaking it off. He's saying, no go, bro. I'm not worried about it. Although a really good knee there from Devin Lyons. But, man, that left leg is just cocked from Isaiah Jackson. Good shot again, right to the midsection. wearing him down, using those body shots.
And Devin has to hit those angles like he just did right there to not let Jackson keep firing those shots, because, again, you can't stand right in front of him like that. You got to angle out. You got to use your footwork or fire back just like Devin did right there.
Let's not forget that Isaiah Jackson had one of the most brutal knockouts that I've ever seen in person, especially in the last Husky Fat fight. We know that he's definitely capable of it, especially with that left leg. Devin, though, you got to give it to him. He's not showing any signs of backing down. He's willing to take it all in.
Yeah, absolutely. Devin still standing right in front of him. But when he hits those angles like that, he's able to attack Jackson or avoid those shots.
Nice little combination there from Devin. He goes in with a flying knee, and then he gets him with a right shot from the right leg. And Devin ends it on a high note. Look, good finish for Devin Lyons. I still think that round, though, probably went to Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, I think so, but Devin showed a lot better improvement there. He made those adjustments he needed to make, hitting those angles, kind of avoiding the shots of Jackson once in a while. But Devin has to do that, but more of it. He has to be able to hit those angles and still attack and keep attacking, because Jackson will not stop. And if he smells blood, he'll come out there and try to finish.
Well, you can see Devin Lyons, he's staying active, but he's not always necessarily connecting. Isaiah's defense is very impressive.
Yeah, as I said earlier, man, his defense is very impressive. Catching and parrying those kicks, he's starting to see everything, but whatever Jackson throws, Devin has to be able to be second and land in those shots.
Would you maybe like to see more feints from Devin?
Absolutely.
Create some openings?
I always tell my fighters, the trickier person typically gets the better shot, so being tricky means more feints, giving him something, showing him something, and then hitting him with something else.
Round number 3. We are live here at the Criterion in Bricktown, downtown Oklahoma City. He's Emmanuel Rivera. I am Drew Duncan. This is Husky Fat Promotions. Nice shot from Devin Lyons. Did connect, but boy, I tell you what, Isaiah, he can dish it out. It seems like he can take it as well, my man.
Both of those guys are taking the shots and not, moving back too much. Devin's doing good by standing, not letting Jackson pressure him too much. But again, if he lets Jackson give him any kind of inclination of wanting to be out of there, Jackson will help that out.
At this point, though, would you say Devin Lyons probably needs to figure out a way to create a knockout to put this fight away?
Absolutely. He needs to go to the body and then go to the head. Open up the head by going to the body. He needs to check those kicks, too.
Oh, good left shot. And another one right there as he finally catches that left leg. And then he gives it back. But, man, Isaiah willing to give it right back to him, and another hard shot. Isaiah just keeps coming. That dude is like the Terminator, man. You just can't seem to put him away.
Yeah, just when you thought he landed a hard shot on Jackson, Jackson came right back.
Good straight right in there. Setting up another blow, and yep, there it was. He was able to feint, but Devin Lyons able to connect a little bit there on the inside. Very good action here so far in the third round. Devin Lyons seems to be getting better as this fight goes along.
Beautiful check there by Devin Lyons.
Look for the Superman punch. 10 seconds remaining. And these guys look like they're going to leave it all out. Pawing at him a little bit. The ref looked like he was going to step in, decided not to. And I think that threw Isaiah off. That may have saved Devin from a knockout. But regardless, it doesn't look like it's going to save him from the win. But I will say, I'd probably get that third round to Devin Lyons.
I think so. The way he was landing back, and Jackson, very impressive. A lot of guys will wilter and want to be out of there. Devin never shows signs that want to be out of there. Even though getting kicked in the body hard, getting kicked in the legs hard, you can tell that right leg was taking some punishment. So I think that Devin shows some very, very good signs here, and he should be very proud of this performance regardless win or loss.
Again, we talked about it in the last fight. You look at this fight, do you think that Isaiah Jackson fought somebody that was on a level that says this is preparing me for the next step to go pro?
Absolutely. Devin's 6-1. as a kickboxer. Jackson 6-0 as a kickboxer. So the experience was pretty even there, and you saw it going into this fight.
It looks like Isaiah Jackson's going to move it up to 7-0. Traveling around, not afraid to travel, right? All the way from Dallas, Texas. He's paying his dues. He's getting it in. He's laser focused. Do you think maybe he's already ready to go pro?
You know, by the looks of it, he looks very crisp. You know, but only his coaches know that. But he looks good. He looks like a pro. Both guys looking like pros here. So, but you can tell both having, you know, 6 fights or so coming into this bout. So you see the experience. You see the difference from the first bout to the second bout.
We got the state folks over here. They're keeping a close eye on even us, Emmanuel. Devin getting standing applause, but I think this one's going to go to Isaiah Jackson. Moving up didn't really seem to affect him at all. We still saw very, very hard shots, and I think a lesser man probably would have been knocked out.
Right, absolutely. That's what I was saying. Like, Devin showed a lot of good signs, not you know, submitting to anything here. As soon as he got hit, he would go and attack again to show that he wasn't going to be put out in this fight. And he made adjustments, very beautiful adjustments in the second and third round.
I'll tell you this.
I just don't know that it was enough.
From what I was looking at, that thing's going to smart by tomorrow morning. You better get some Vaseline, some ice, and a really big Band-Aid.
Yeah, both guys will probably wake up not being able to walk. That's the thing about kickboxing. I remember that even in a win, I still could not walk the next day.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for these two fighters? The second bout of the evening goes to the scorecards. Judge Gary Ritter, Christina Barnett, and Chris Ritter all score the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Isaiah Jackson.
Well, I don't know about a unanimous 3 rounds. I do feel like Devin Lyons won that 3rd round. But the first 2 were clearly for Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, you know, when someone's dominating a fight the first 2 rounds, you really got to do something in the 3rd round to win that round. And I thought maybe Devin did enough, but obviously the judges saw it differently.